And you see here on this map, if you can, all of this was thoroughly 100% Catholic, except for a few hardy individuals that were fighting against Catholicism and the abuses of Catholicism, such as John Wycliffe in England, and William Tyndale, who thought that the Bible needed to be in a common language, and he was translating it into English. And in Germany, we had Martin Luther. 1500, what was going on in 1500? The beginning of the Reformation. That's exactly right. Islam was knocking at the door. If you remember, any of you ever seen that old movie, Martin Luther? Remember that? And the argument where they have Luther in before the Diet of Worms, and Charles is sitting on his little Diaz up there, and he's mad at Luther, and he says, we've got to stop this argument over religion and theology because the Muslims are knocking on our door. He said wasting time in his theological argument was a detraction. Well, that's exactly what God wanted. God sent Islam as a warning. Remember, that's what the trumpets are all about. God sent Islam as a warning, and he knocked on that eastern gate of Europe in order to allow distraction so the Reformation could take place. That's the purpose of the trumpet. That's why it fulfills the prophecy.
What's the point of history anyway?
What's the point of what? What's the point of history?
Back to where you started, remember? You said, the people said, what's the point of history? We don't want to study history. Those people at that meeting.
Yeah, yeah.
Look at all you miss if you don't study history.
That's right. And it's not just because it's interesting. It's because it tells us about God. If we look through history, we can see how God has worked through time, how God has worked through people. And it builds our faith, like Jesus said. When you see these things come to pass, your faith is strengthened. You know that if God could predict these things 1,500 years before they happened, is he God? Absolutely, he's God. Next time, we'll get into the sixth trumpet. I thought I was going to get it in this lesson, but didn't work.